The A380, once hailed as a favorite among travelers, has encountered difficulties in recent years, causing experts to question its future. However, it is essential to note that the setbacks faced by the A380 are not due to any flaws in the aircraft itself. Instead, the shift in priorities among significant airlines has led them to focus more on smaller aircrafts, even for long-haul journeys. This change in strategy has presented challenges for the A380, leaving airline owners with a mixed perception of the aircraft. While it boasts comfort and high capacity, it has also posed specific problems from the perspective of airline operators. Despite these challenges, airlines have adopted unusual measures to address the A380's situation. The arrival of the COVID pandemic failed to alleviate the challenges faced by the A380, leading Airbus to halt its production as new orders dwindled. Instead, airlines turned their attention to the smaller Boeing 747, which they deemed more cost-effective and profitable. Initially, the A380 was hailed as the future of aviation, catering to passengers' desires for luxury and comfort across all classes. It outshined its predecessors by offering lower operating and maintenance costs and enticing features like walk-up bars, shower-equipped first-class bathrooms, and onboard lounges. Esteemed airlines like Emirates, Singapore Airlines, and Etihad capitalized on these lavish offerings, creating a first-class haven for travelers. However, demand for the aircraft declined, prompting Airbus to cease production, with Emirates being the final purchaser of the A380. The drop in demand was primarily due to financial reasons rather than performance issues. The natural decline in air travel demand resulted in fewer passengers, reducing the need for airlines to utilize their A380 fleet fully. The high ticket prices associated with the A380 no longer aligned with the market's shift towards affordability rather than comfort. Consequently, airlines had to devise strategies to regain lost market shares, which included reducing prices to remain competitive. Unfortunately, this led to diminishing profits as significant investments were required to maintain their A380s. Airlines' attitudes toward the A380 have shifted recently, with British Airways leading the way as a forward-thinking carrier that recognizes the aircraft's exciting opportunities. Like Emirates, British Airways has been a staunch supporter of the A380. While most airlines plan to resume their wide-body fleet's deployment next summer, British Airways wants to make the most of the winter season. The route between London's Heathrow Airport and Los Angeles in the United States is expected to see significant traffic. British Airways has already announced its winter schedule, highlighting the anticipated surge in passenger traffic between December and January, as people travel from London to the US and various other parts of the world for the holiday season. British Airways will operate 2 daily flights on the A380 to accommodate this demand, with a seating capacity of 469 passengers. The airline has been utilizing the Airbus A380 since 2013, and despite the challenges posed by the pandemic, they have had a positive experience with the aircraft. British Airways is not alone in exploring the benefits of the A380 for the winter market. Korean Air is also considering expanding its A380 operations. Korean Air's A380s will now serve the route between Seoul and JFK Airport twice a week and 3 times a week to Bangkok. This brings the number of scheduled A380 flights to JFK on par with those to Los Angeles. While many airlines have embraced the Airbus A380 and are reintegrating it into their fleets, one notable exception is Qantas. The Australian airline has taken a different path, risking the dissatisfaction of its customers who have come to appreciate the luxurious first-class experience offered on the A380. Qantas had initially planned to operate A380 flights between Melbourne and Los Angeles, a route that would have showcased the aircraft's impressive capabilities. However, they made a surprising decision to abandon those plans and replace the A380 for the specific route with the Boeing 787-9. Much to the disappointment of passengers. The absence of the A380 on Qantas flights means that customers will no longer enjoy the expansive first-class cabin and the captivating upper-deck lounge found on the double-decker aircraft. With its smaller capacity, this change has made flying on the Boeing 787-9 less appealing to those who desire a premium travel experience. Passengers who had eagerly booked first-class tickets on the A380 now find themselves confined to the 236-seat Boeing 787-9, which offers only 8 first-class seats. This has necessitated downgrading some passengers to business class, creating a sense of dissatisfaction among those who had paid a premium for the exclusive amenities and spaciousness of first class. However, it's important to note that Qantas views this change as a temporary solution. The airline plans to gradually increase its capacity as the demand for long-haul travel rebounds. While the Boeing 787-9 provides a more cost-effective alternative to the high-capacity A380, Qantas recognizes that the A380 will regain its significance when air travel again reaches its peak. The hope is that the increased demand will justify the utilization of the A380s, allowing Qantas to return to offering the luxurious first-class experience that their passengers desire. Nevertheless, this shift in aircraft choice may come at a cost. Qantas will have to navigate the challenge of managing customer expectations and addressing the concerns of those who are looking forward to traveling on the A380. The airline risks losing passengers to competitors who continue to operate the A380 and provide a more lavish travel experience. As Qantas aims to balance operational efficiency and customer satisfaction, they must carefully monitor the market and adapt their strategies accordingly to maintain a competitive edge. Lufthansa, a renowned German airline and one of the Airbus A380's loyal customers, faced a challenging period during the COVID-19 pandemic. With air travel hitting its lowest point in years, Lufthansa had no choice but to ground most of its A380 fleet, approximately 14 of these impressive aircraft. However, with the relaxation of travel restrictions and the gradual recovery of the aviation industry, Lufthansa now finds itself in a position to reactivate its grounded A380s to meet the rising demand for international flights. Anticipating a resurgence in commercial air travel by the summer of 2023, Lufthansa is taking proactive measures to ensure it can effectively contend with domestic and international competitors. To achieve this, the airline plans to integrate 3 of its reactivated A380s into its flight itineraries, specifically targeting routes from Munich to the United States. These A380s, each capable of accommodating up to 509 passengers, are expected to handle the influx of orders Lufthansa anticipates receiving in 2023. What further distinguishes Lufthansa's strategy is the presence of a first-class section in their A380s. This exclusive offering, equipped with 8 luxurious seats, sets Lufthansa apart from its Boeing 787 counterparts, which the airline initially considered a replacement for its aging A340-300s. Unfortunately, Lufthansa's plans to transition to the Boeing 787 were thwarted by manufacturing issues faced by Boeing. However, the A380 emerged as a compelling alternative that Lufthansa is eager to capitalize on. Lufthansa is not alone in taking bold measures to address the imminent surge in travel demand. Emirates, the world's largest operator of the A380 fleet, boasts an impressive inventory of 119 A380 aircrafts. In addition to its extensive A380 fleet, Emirates also owns a number of Boeing aircrafts, including 10 Boeing 777-200 LRs and 124 Boeing 777-300 ERs. With such a comprehensive fleet at its disposal, Emirates can offer first-class services to its passengers. While their Boeing 777s and A380s can accommodate first-class passengers, the A380's spacious interior allows for a larger first-class cabin, accommodating up to 14 seats. Emirates has already taken proactive steps by signing agreements with Boeing and Airbus to retrofit 53 Boeing 777s and 67 A380s with premium economy seats. This forward-thinking move demonstrates their commitment to preparing for the anticipated surge in air travel. The A380's superior passenger capacity, surpassing 500 passengers, outshines the Boeing 777, which can accommodate around 350 passengers. This disparity justifies the significant investment made by Emirates to upgrade its A380 fleet. However, it is worth noting that Airbus is engaged in a battle on 2 fronts against Boeing. While the A380 captures attention for its potential to disrupt Boeing's competitive models, the A350 serves as another formidable contender. Airlines worldwide eagerly anticipate the arrival of the A350, with some carriers having already signed contracts to deliver at least 400 passenger capacity A350-500 aircraft. This strong demand for the A350 underscores its superiority and highlights Airbus's potential to maintain its lead over Boeing, despite occasional challenges in meeting delivery deadlines and fulfilling existing orders. In the meantime, airlines like Emirates and Lufthansa find themselves in a predicament due to Boeing's manufacturing difficulties. Both airlines have placed substantial orders with Boeing, including 115 Boeing 777X and 30 Boeing 787-9 aircrafts. However, these deliveries are expected no sooner than 2025, which falls 2 years behind the projected rise in air travel demand. As a result, Emirates and Lufthansa must navigate these challenges and explore alternative solutions to meet their immediate needs. While Qantas appears to deviate from the industry's progressive trajectory, airlines such as Lufthansa and Emirates are taking significant steps to address the impending surge in travel demand. By reactivating their grounded A380 fleets, retrofitting existing aircraft, and eagerly awaiting the arrival of advanced aircraft like the Airbus A380, these airlines position themselves at the forefront of the evolving aviation landscape. The battle between Airbus and Boeing intensifies as both manufacturers strive to meet the demands of their customers and maintain a competitive edge in the market. This brings our video to an end. Be sure to like and subscribe as well. Until next time, have a safe flight.